So you said that I saw your email. So you said that your confidence has been
Yes,
increasing, and
ma'am.
also I want to get feedback from you. Like, how was my private course and all that?
Yes, ma'am. Your private coaching was actually really very good. The knowledge you have about the healthcare is like it's when compared to banking, I gained a lot of knowledge in this healthcare, no, and I'm even more comfortable. Though I'm from a banking background, I feel more comfortable in adding the healthcare projects because I'm like thorough with the concepts of healthcare rather than
Mm-hmm.
banking.
Mm.
So the course was it guided like A to Z, like it was like it's like a spoon fed course,
Yes, correct.
because no one would, will tell so in depth knowledge about claims, right? That to healthcare, it is like the about HIPAA and all those things you have already told us, right? So it's like very sensitive, but
Mm.
still you have given like in depth knowledge about each and every stage and how the process is like moving from end to end.
Mm.
So that is like it's something which no one teaches, right? In YouTube or anything, no one teaches that. And in private coachings, you have many students who have given feedback. You would have known, right? So
Correct.
no one is
And
like,
I just want to say that one candidate who was asking me repeatedly questions, right? And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he got 3 offers.
yeah, yeah. You told
He
me.
got 3 offers, yes. And I
Yeah,
can you believe it? He's from sales background,
yeah,
and he
exactly.
cracked healthcare BA. Yeah, that's one
It's
thing.
because
Like,
of you, ma'am. It's because of the course, and it's because of the content that you like gave the students and the confidence that you teach. No, the confidence that we gain when you explain a concept. That is
mm,
the most important thing, because everyone can teach, but grasping and understanding a concept, that is the point, right? So
okay.
that
Mm-hmm.
confidence you will get only from a right coach, not from everyone. I think so.
Okay, so I'm glad that you were able to understand every single session in the video and also like
Yes,
all the
ma'am.
concepts, right?
Yes,
Okay. I
ma'am.
think you had some 2 questions. So you
Yeah,
also
I have
finished
few doubts.
Pega course from Pega Academy. You finished
Yeah,
that?
ma'am. I earned the badge as well, so I've
Mm,
just posted my LinkedIn. So
mm,
it is like Pega. That course you told in Pega. That is also like an eye opener. In
mm,
Pega, it gives like in depth knowledge. We can like correlate what you explained in the class with
mm,
what Pega's like teaching, right? So we
mm,
can understand. We can really get a big picture of what exactly things are happening and how it is happening.
mm,
Because in
mm.
Pega, you won't be able to teach us in depth, right, ma'am? Because you have given an overall picture, but in depth knowledge is only given by the Pega Academy, right? Because
Yeah.
it is their product. So
Correct.
they have given like very in depth knowledge and step by step instruction, which is like too good. We can like explain the same project with related to what you taught us. No, we can just map and tell it in the interview.
Tell in the intro. Yeah, that's what we want. So now you understand healthcare, you understand in backend Pega how it's working. And
Yeah.
if like going forward, if you have money, you can also take that Pega certification, that business architect certification, right?
Yes,
You can
ma'am.
if you
$170, I guess. So I
correct. Mhm. If you
need to
take
start
that,
that.
it means like you are an SME now because you have
Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
correct. Because it's very rare to get Pega business architect, business analyst.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
in case if you're interested in future, if you have money, just go and take that certification from Pega Academy.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, I'll
It
go
will
for that.
definitely add a lot of value to your resume.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I have just mentioned the badge details in my resume.
Mhm.
But here we don't have many openings for Pega, right, ma'am? Do we
No,
have?
we have it. You have to search like Pega business
Okay.
analyst like that. You have to search.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like for example, not only in healthcare, like, even Bank of America, Wells Fargo, like all the major banking also, right? They use Pega as a
Yeah.
backend. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Mhm.
So, I mean, it's not necessary you have to do, but if you want to like
Yeah.
add value to your resume, like something you are a very unique
Yes, ma'am.
BA, you have like now you have domain knowledge, you have like agile knowledge, also you have some backend like some product knowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Yeah.
So for that, I mean, if you're interested, you can go ahead and do the certification. Otherwise, also this is fine. Whatever you saw in my private coaching videos, right? That would suffice. If you add those 2 projects, and
Okay.
if you are able to like tell in the interview, right? I'm sure 100% you'll get it.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm.
Yeah. And one more thing is that if the application is not built in Pega, how they will be building it, ma'am?
You
Because
can
in
you
Pega, we will be
you
giving
can
all the
have
workflows, right?
no. See, what I'm teaching is real time.
Okay.
So this is how it's built.
Okay.
If not, they can use other CRM applications, like you can use Salesforce. There are, like, you can do anything. But currently, this is
Okay.
how it has been done in reality.
Okay. So
Mm.
we can also tell the same thing, right? So in order to like, it'll be easy for us to explain, and we won't get a clash, right? If
Yeah,
they ask about
they
it.
ask you,
Yes.
just say that my backend coding platform was Pega. That's it. Stop there. Don't like speculate on what could be the coding platform and all. Yeah, I
Okay.
worked in claims, and the coding platform
Mhm.
which I worked was Pega. That's all. End of it. Don't
Okay.
speculate
Mhm.
on whether we can use any other platform and all, because Pega itself is an advanced coding platform.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's very
Mhm.
expensive. It's not. It's licensed. Like, we have to pay, like, for the number of users that we are having in our system. You have to pay annually.
Okay. Got it.
So
Got
it's
it.
not like something like Java. It's not open source. It's
Yeah.
licensed
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. And ma'am, will we be preparing all the blueprints in Pega? Because in the course, it was like we in the Pega Academy, no, I found that we had the blueprint and all those
It depends. It depends.
blueprint.
If your architect and your team wants it, they should be able to help you to create that blueprint.
Okay.
Mhm. Or
Okay.
if they just want only like high level data flow use cases. So it depends on that, whichever team you're going. Usually, right, blueprint and
Okay.
all, like architect will
Mhm.
take care of it.
Okay. So
Mhm.
it is giving the overall flow with each and every step, no, ma'am. So that's the reason, like I was thinking, because I thought that we would be getting the requirements from the business team, and
Mm.
we would be building each and every step of it.
So you see, in claims, like in whatever project that you have done, right? Just say it in the
Mm-hmm.
interview that they gave you requirements and you did it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
say that they gave you requirements and you used Pega
Mm-hmm.
platform and you created. That's how you're going to say to them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
You,
Got it. Got
you
it.
you know how to do it from scratch. Like that, you have to portray.
Okay, ma'am.
Mhm.
So yeah, from the blueprint to building the personas, everything. Maybe if I tell in depth, they will be
Mm.
able to like
Yeah, but
really understand, right, ma'am?
understand.
So I
Correct.
have a knowledge.
But in
Yeah.
reality, you may
Because
not
these
even be doing
personas
it. In reality, it depends. Like, see, they
yeah,
want.
Pega is like quite difficult for me to understand actually. So I'm like going through the course again and again.
Correct. So you need
So
not say, see, it's not that only you are the only BA, you'll be given everything. You have to understand from a project perspective, you will have Pega developers. Okay, so BAs mostly like work will be like you gather requirements, you just give a high level idea how this data flow should be, and from there they will take it forward. And
okay,
you have
okay,
to, it's
ma'am.
not you're assuming things, you're going to discuss with the developer and then create it.
Okay,
So
yeah.
he will be
Mm-hmm.
also be involved.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, yeah. And I have like few doubts, ma'am, related to API.
Mm,
Like when I for example in Bank of America, if you are like for the mobile check deposit, no ma'am, we will
mm.
be entering the customer ID and the password to log in into their application, right?
Correct, correct.
For that application you would be making an API call, right, to check whether the member is a valid member or not. So that validation is like get method, right?
When they log in, when they see, once there is a profile, once there is a member
Mm-hmm.
ID, if it is
Okay.
paper, like let's say that mobile check deposit, they're scanning. Okay,
Yeah.
so when they're scanning, you
Oh.
extract the member ID. So yes, when we get the member ID, yes, we just at the back end, we like make sure that we call through an API call, we figure out whether it's a valid member ID or not.
Yes, for the validation part, we use the get method, right, ma'am? The
Correct.
I'm asking about the method
Yeah, yeah,
exactly
method, yes,
because
correct.
get is like search, right? We
Mm.
already have it, so it is going to just use the get method. So that was the doubt I had.
So you are able to understand now how API works in the back end, like what is the purpose of REST API?
Yeah, because API questions are like almost every interviewer they're asking, right? Because it is the
Mm.
basis of whatever application you take, whatever application, even it is like a basic application, API call is really mandatory. It is for there for payments, for member validation, everything
Correct.
we need a API.
For
So
healthcare
for sure,
perspective,
API.
like I'll tell you example is like, let's say you are claim system, our source of like
Okay.
membership is like only facets. Okay.
Yeah.
So we get a member ID, but our system cannot say it's valid or not. So we in the back end we call through an API, we validate with facets. If facet says as member not found, then we don't create a case. It goes to member
Okay.
not found queue.
You. Yeah.
So that's where
Yeah.
in the back end the APIs are helpful.
Yeah. So this and all, people who don't have a knowledge won't be able to explain in the interview, right? Even if they
Yeah.
tell, they'll tell blandly like API. If they ask a question in API, we won't be able to answer, right? The
Yeah.
methods and
Correct. So you
they'll
need to,
get
so don't say that you worked for both SOAP and REST. Just say that your
yeah,
projects
yeah.
were
Rest.
only REST. Yeah, only REST API and
Yeah.
use the to Postman.
Mhm.
And they will give you
Yeah.
the API and you will test like using all the methods. I will test it. That's all.
Methods.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's your job. Beyond that, there
Yeah.
is nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Your
Okay.
developer is going to give the
Yeah.
API. You just test in the Postman.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay,
That's all.
ma'am.
Yeah, don't say
And
that because if you ask, so if you, they may ask you more technical questions which you cannot answer, right? So just say that I know what's an
yeah.
API. Usually, I get the details from my developer, and I know how to
Mhm.
test in Postman.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Swagger is also there, no, ma'am. It is also a API testing tool, right?
Swagger, see what is Swagger means? It's like a sample file. Like for
Okay.
example, what is Swagger? Like the data extracting from paper. Okay, they're extracting some
Mhm.
data, and then it is coming as some
Okay.
as a file to. It can be XML file, it can be JSON file, it can be anything, right? It is coming to
Okay.
a
Mhm.
backend system. Okay. So
Okay.
from that OCR team to your system, like it's coming
Mhm.
through a certain file format, right? So
Okay.
when you say like I need a Swagger means I need a sample format of that file format. What is expected?
Okay.
It can be
Mhm.
XML, it can be
Okay.
JSON, anything.
Okay.
Because APIs
Got it.
use
Got
any
it.
of the format, right? It can use any of it. It can accommodate any format.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when
So
I say
the
give me a
OCR team will. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. You.
when I say give me a Swagger means I'm asking a sample file format.
Okay.
So if,
Mhm.
for example, from mobile check deposit, they're extracting like 4 different fields. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
that developer has to give a sample file to you, your team.
Okay.
This is what the expected fields. This is how it needs to be. Otherwise, like you cannot assume and test directly in QA, right? So he's asking for a file format to configure in dev.
Okay. Mhm. Got it.
What's the format? So like, I should extract member ID. I know I should extract all this. For example, claims. Let's say in claims, paper claims. I know I should extract member ID,
Mhm.
first name, last name, provider details, first name, last name, diagnosis, procedure code, everything. I know that. But in what format? In XML or
Okay. Yeah.
JSON or how?
Yeah. That should be specified, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sample file is called a Swagger.
Okay.
Mm.
Because
So
my husband used like Swagger for testing API, so that is where I got confused.
yeah, you get the Swagger and then your developer has to configure accordingly. This is the expected file format
Okay.
and you test in dev, you test in QA.
Okay.
The actual file is different from Swagger. When I say Swagger means it's like a sample file that before even you start
Okay.
in development, you're getting this is how the file expected layout from this
Okay.
OCR team to your
Yeah.
team. See, in plain English,
Okay.
you're just saying extracting member ID provided details, but in file format, how it will
Mhm.
look like.
Yeah, it should be in either JSON or an XML format,
Correct,
right?
correct. Yeah. So that sample file, our developer needs it. So you will ask the
Mhm.
OCR team, like as a BA, you will ask,
Mhm.
can we have the Swagger, so that it will be helpful for our
Mhm.
developer to like develop in dev.
Mhm.
Because then otherwise he is also
Okay.
assuming, your team is also assuming.
Yeah.
You're not visually
Got it.
seeing the file format, right? So that's what, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And one more thing is that if the doctor is like outsourcing the claims to overseas team, how they will be like transmitting the data, ma'am? Because it's like very sensitive data, right? The case sheet, how they will be like transmitting? Is it like through PDF format or like how exactly the transmission happens between the doctor and the external team?
So let's say doctor has an offshore. Okay, they
Okay,
send it to medical transcription, medical coding companies like that.
coding team, yeah.
Coding team. So usually they are in offshore, right? So they have a
Yeah.
very like HIPAA protected software like called Citrix software like that. So
Okay.
yeah, so those are like sent as PDFs. So all the
Okay.
like all the patient's notes, right? Everything will be as PDF and it will be sent to offshore team system. So usually
Okay,
it's
got it.
like called as Citrix. Yeah, it is not paper.
Okay.
So they just
Okay.
scan it and send
So
it.
I was like
Or
confused.
yeah, or
Yeah.
electronically
Mm-hmm.
also. If they suppose, let's say they have a software where nowadays like doctors use just laptops. They just go from one room to another room. They just add patient notes and laptop. Okay. So those notes will go to
Okay.
their offshore, like all these medical coding transcription companies. And from there, they will be able to add the diagnosis code and everything. And they will be sending it to the hospital through the SFTP setup.
Okay.
That's for very
Okay.
big
So from the
providers.
American. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, got it.
Let's say I am the
And
only
one more thing
provider.
is
I am
that.
a gynecologist. I'm the only one. I have only one staff with
Mm-hmm.
me. Then I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
give it offshore. My staff is going to do that coding for me here in the US.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
And ma'am, in authorization, there were like two, right? One is like prior authorization, and another is like referral. You told for
Mm.
referral, how does it exactly work? They will send like similar to prior authorization. They'll submit a form like that, or like how exactly it works?
Is I am the PCP and you are the specialist. Okay. Let's say I'm the
Okay.
PCP,
Mm-hmm.
primary care physician, and you are a cardiologist.
Yeah.
And now we have a
Okay.
patient coming to me. Okay.
Okay.
Patient, doing my routine lab test, I say that, okay, his cholesterol is high and I think he has
Mhm.
symptoms like for some any heart attack or something. Like I'm figuring out, like he needs to go to a
Yeah.
cardiologist.
Got
No, but his
Mhm.
plan wants a referral to just see you.
Okay. Depending upon the plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the
Got it.
member's plan is like doesn't need a referral, then I did not send a referral form to you.
Okay, got it, got it.
But if
Because
the
I
plan,
didn't go use referral, so I was like bit confused because I went directly to the gynecologist. I don't have a primary care doctor at all for so
yeah,
long.
yeah. So maybe your
So
plan is like it's not, it doesn't need a like a referral.
okay, got it, got
Yeah,
it.
but
Some
if
confusion I was like,
if the members plan needs a referral,
hmm
then he need for any
hmm
condition he needs to come to PCP, get the referral only then go to the specialist. It can be cardiologist, it can
okay,
be anything, hip or whatever, anything,
gynecologist, yeah.
anything. Yeah, he
Mm,
needs to come to the
okay.
PCP first, and I have to refer to you. Only then he can go. Without referral, if the patient
Mm-hmm.
goes to the specialist, then it is like completely out of pocket scenario.
Yeah, got
So
it,
the
got
claim
it.
will be rejected, saying a referral is not attached. We need more documentation.
Mhm.
So like usually the member knows whether their plan wants a
Okay,
referral or not. But if they
okay.
don't know and they go to a specialist and you see and you like do all the procedure and stuff, and finally you submit a claim as a specialist, you are the one submitting the claim, right? You are
Yeah.
submitting the claim to the
Mhm.
hospital, I mean to the insurance. Insurance is denying your claim, saying that no referral, then it's completely patient
Mhm.
responsibility.
Oh, yeah,
So
got it, got
everything
it.
should be
Mhm.
patient. And then they'll be like, oh, I don't know my plan. So this and all like you have to be, first of all, when, the patient must be aware whether their plan needs referral or not. But even if they are not
Okay.
aware, the doctors needs
Mhm.
to like their staffing, right? The doctor staff must be able to like pull their IDs and check before even they have an office visit, right? To check whether this person need
Yeah.
a referral or not. That needs to
Mhm.
happen. If they also miss, then it's completely like patient responsibility.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. But here, mostly in the office, doctor's office, they make a check of the insurance, right? Then only they let us in. The first,
Correct.
yeah. So that don't be a
For
problem, I guess.
emergencies
Maybe
and all,
very
usually
rarely.
referral and all is not needed. This is like for regular
Yeah.
specialist care and all.
Yeah. Okay. And my one more doubt is like, for example, the doctors will be sending the claims, right? It will be from like the patient can have like any insurance. It will be Aetna, Cigna, or everything. How they will be sending exactly to the correct provider to Aetna, to this is for Cigna, this is for Aetna. How they'll be like
they
segregating it
have
or like,
they they have a connection, separate SFTP connections to all this different. So the SFTP connection, let's say
okay,
I am the own, you are the doctor, okay, I'm your staff, I'm the
okay,
receptionist. Now I have to like, you have,
okay,
today we had 10 patients and I have to enter everything in
okay.
the system and I have to send the claim. Okay, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
among the
Mm-hmm.
10 we had, let's say 3 is from Aetna, 3 is from Cigna, 3 is from Anthem, and then one is
Mm-hmm.
from a different, maybe like Vision or something different. So in that
Okay,
case,
okay,
like
okay.
our system, right? The doctor's system
Mm-hmm.
must have connection
Mm-hmm.
to all the different insurance. So the means
Okay.
like they have a unique SFTP, like the connections for all the
Setup.
different
Yeah.
insurance. Correct.
Okay. Okay. So
So
they will like
this data
put
entry
the
staff should
requirements
know.
into the field.
Correct.
Okay.
They should know.
Got
They
it.
should
Got it.
not put
So
other. If they put it in a different folder, also it will reject because member ID will be not valid.
yeah, got it.
Mm.
Got it. And one more thing is that the projects that you taught us is like from insurance perspective, right? Not from the
Correct.
provider point.
No, it's from completely. I'm talking about all Fortune 400 insurance side from insurance side.
Yeah, got it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And from like the one which I mentioned in my resume, right? With
Mm,
MedBill services, it is fully on they are like medical coding team in India, right?
mm,
They'll be like just encrypting the files. I mean, like they will be translating into the EDI. That is the one. So
mm.
in the interview, like how can I like tell your projects? Will there be any confusion or like how exactly this is going to work out for me?
You have to say that your team was
Mm-hmm.
responsible. Just mimic the same thing. You have to say that your team was
Okay.
responsible for sending the EDI 837 claims to the insurance. That
Okay.
automation you're doing.
Okay.
So there are two
Okay.
things will
Claims
happen. Oh
automation.
yeah, creating EDI 37
Mm-hmm.
files. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you have a bunch of different
Okay.
providers, and for them you are creating EDI 37 files, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you are
Yeah.
sending that through different SFTP setup to different insurance companies. The expectation is you
Okay.
have to receive an ACK file back,
Yeah.
acknowledgement file back, saying whether that particular
Mm.
EDI 837 file that you sent was a success or a failure. So
Mm.
as a
Yeah.
BA, you are responsible for this automation. So your clients will be, your stakeholders will be different providers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you are responsible for creating EDI 837 file for them and sending it to different insurance companies.
So I was only responsible for that SFTP setup. So that part only I can tell, no, ma'am.
So,
Other rest of the
uh,
part I won't be able to tell, right?
like case management and all, no, that's from insurance side, right? You cannot
Yeah.
tell that. Yes,
Yeah,
you
that's
cannot say.
what. That's the
Mhm.
confusion I had. If I tell that, I'll get caught easily, right?
Correct. You're not supposed to say that because you are a vendor
Yeah.
now. So what you do? So you have multiple
Yeah.
vendors. You are making sure that from
Mm-hmm.
all the files from all these different vendors, you are a medical
Mm-hmm.
coding company. You are able to like create that EDI 37 file, send the claim to different as
Okay.
batch processing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an IT team, and you work as a BA for that company.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So I won't be
This
able to even for prior authorization. This won't work, no, ma'am. I cannot tell that also in my
you can say that
project, right?
you were responsible for sending prior authorization documents to insurance.
Okay, okay, getting the approval from them, that I can tell. That part
That
alone,
yeah, that
right?
part alone you
The
can
first
say.
half I can tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
because since
But
you
can
don't
I
have
mention?
insurance,
Mhm.
that
Yeah, please, ma'am.
background check, right, that will get you will get problem if you add something insurance and you are not able to verify that one of your insurance was a client. Then so that's why just stop with like sending that files to insurance. Just stop there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it. So this was major confusion that I was having, like, because this shouldn't mess up my thing, right? Even though if I'm like technically strong and all those things, if they find out, it'll be a big problem for me.
Correct. I mean, see, it depends. If you're going through consultancy and all, like they will cover it up for you. But if you're trying on your own,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
let's say that you are going through an employer now, through a consultancy,
Mm-hmm.
you can add a
Mm-hmm.
insurance project. Same thing you can add to insurance because they are going to clear the background
Okay.
for you.
Hmm. But consultants, like they're asking me to add like 8+ years of experience, ma'am. That is the main concern for me because it's like too much for me, right? I'm like planning to. I have like 4.5. That is the thing I'm like targeting. Above than
Mm,
that is like quite difficult for me. So that's the only concern that I don't go with consultant. See.
correct. Yeah. See, they can also break your confidence. So I don't recommend going through consultancy
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
because they
So
can
this
also put a
process is
lot of
like
pressure.
delaying for me.
Mm,
Yeah, but it's like okay, I can like do it peacefully other than going and getting stuck in some fake consultancy, and I don't want to get into any sort of trouble.
correct, correct. So what you do, just like with your genuine like experience, add these projects,
Mhm.
then try on your own.
Okay,
So one, I actually
okay.
yesterday like one, I got a message from one of my previous candidates, like from Australia. She also got a healthcare BA job.
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, using the same project. So you'll be, I'm sure, if you're
Okay.
able to like add it, practice it, then if you're having mock interview
Mhm.
with me, you'll be able to clear it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Ma'am, can you just help me in like putting this for the MedBill, right?
Mm.
MedBill services, the like I wanted to add it in my resume, right? Like how you want me to frame it? Can you just help me?
I will
to
send you the
just mention the
summary
part and okay, yeah,
for those
maybe
two
after that I can
projects.
like build it.
Yeah, so once I
Yeah.
send this summary, right, you add it and you send me the final
Mhm.
version of the resume. I will review and I will provide you feedback.
Yeah, yeah, I have built it in ATS friendly now, so
Mm,
like I can like send it to you.
sure, I'll send it.
Yes, ma'am.
The authorization. So you need prior authorization and EDI summary, right?
Yeah, yes,
Mm.
ma'am. Yeah, I'm
Okay, so
like
you're not
planning
going
to
to add
have these.
banking.
Banking also, I'm like adding it in my because I have like 4.5 with that, right, uh, in
Mm-hmm.
Discover. So that also I'm adding it. You have my
Okay.
I already got your banking project explanations that I have
Yeah, yeah.
added
Oh,
in my resume.
okay. I've given you already. Yeah, you
Yeah, you
add that.
gave
Okay,
already. Yeah.
add that, and then I will review the resume. I'll provide you final
Hmm.
feedback. After that, you
Yeah.
don't even wait. Apply.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Mhm.
And one more thing is like, can you explain like any one or two production issues that we can tell it in the interview? Because as a BA, we will be handling that as well, right? We will just
Correct.
like schedule the calls and move the request, but how exactly?
So production incidents for, let's say, like EDI claims. Okay, that project.
Okay.
So you are
Hmm.
sending the EDI 837 claims, but you're not receiving the act file back from the insurance companies.
Okay.
Okay, let's say like you're
Mm.
sending
Hmm.
like three zip files. Each zip file
Hmm.
contains 100 claims.
Okay.
Okay, so you send 300 claims, but you got act
Hmm.
file, acknowledgement file only for one zip file. Therefore, the remaining two you don't get acknowledgement. You're not getting
Hmm.
acknowledgement. Means you are worried now whether that reached the insurance or not.
Yeah. Correct.
Right, so that's a production incident. So what you
Yeah.
do, you wait for the SLA is 24 hours, and if you
Mm-hmm.
don't receive an acknowledgement file within 24 hours, now you have to like that's a production incident, right? Because they are real claims. We don't know where it's going, where it's being like hanging.
Yeah.
It is somewhere, but it's not reaching the insurance, right? So what you do is you that's a
Yeah.
production incident. You log it as a production incident because there are about like 200 claims now. It's missing,
Okay.
right? So that
Yeah.
is an
Got it.
production incident. Then you initiate a SWOT call
Hmm.
and initiate a SWOT call with
Okay.
your
Yeah.
engineer and the
Mm-hmm.
SFTP setup team.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, saying that we sent file
Got it.
yesterday. These are the naming conventions. These are the file names. It should reach,
Mm-hmm.
for example, one should reach Aetna, one should reach Cigna, but it didn't reach. What's the problem? Like figure it out. That's a
Okay.
example of a
Mm-hmm.
production incident. So number one is
Okay.
you're not fixing anything. You are initiating the SWOT call.
Mm-hmm.
You are bringing the business owners, the engineers, and the SFTP team together,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and they are going
Got
to
it.
like yeah, they're going to research, fix the defect. So whether it's critical, whether all the claims going forward it's being stuck, it's getting missed, they will monitor and tell you, or why it didn't reach
Okay.
that particular, because
Okay.
there could be a change in the naming convention. There'll be a lot of issues. There could be size, then there can be a problem in the size of the zip files. They'll figure it out and give you
Okay.
the issue, and
Mm-hmm.
accordingly you have to like make sure that is those fixes are done. You'll follow up with them and you'll
Yeah.
inform the business owners too, like this is what happened today in production. We will
Mm-hmm.
fix it by end of the day. You'll give that SLA to them.
Okay.
So
And
that's
one
one
more thing is that
example.
though okay, though we have like separate SFTP setup for Cigna, Aetna, but the SFTP team is like common, right, ma'am? It is
Yeah, they
just
are
a
a separate
centralized team.
IT team, correct.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
a separate, like their work job is only creating SFTP setup for various vendors.
Okay. Got
Mm,
it. Got it. Okay. So yeah, they're like centralized team. Okay, I
correct.
can tell.
Mhm. So and then
Okay.
for prior authorization, let's say that there is
Mhm.
um, like fax. Okay, so prior authorization,
Okay.
fax is coming.
Mhm.
So fax has to
Mhm.
be routed to a certain case management system, but now the fax is, I mean, like from provider's perspective, it is saying sent, fax sent and all. But let's say insurance,
Okay.
it's the same thing. You're not receiving act file back. These are not very common.
Okay.
Like you will see these problems
Okay.
like every week at least once.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
So you have to like again like use the greatest what call ask, because fax will be from an external
Okay.
team.
Mhm.
So you
Okay,
have to
ma'am.
coordinate with an external team. So and
Mhm.
then you figure out why fax is not, like they have to maybe restart, they'll do something fix, and then That is one thing. Okay, for file exchange, there
Okay.
is a problem. So this is one production incident. Next production incident
Okay.
is like, for example, you give valid member ID, but you are getting rejections like member not found, member not found,
Okay.
right? Like from
So
your
what could
team,
be the reason here? Yeah, got it, got it.
yeah, you're sending like different files to insurance companies, but like they're rejecting it as member not found.
Okay.
So again,
Mhm.
you create a SWOT call, you bring the business owners, ask them why, whether you have to
Mhm.
check, ask the business owners to check because it's a production data, right? So we have to involve business
Yeah.
owners. So why member ID?
Mhm.
Like let's say like 500 cases are being rejected, saying member ID not found.
Okay. Mhm.
So what is the problem? Is it the problem with the insurance companies or like whether when we send the member ID, whether additional digits are being added, like you have to figure it out.
Okay.
Sometimes
Mhm.
during that extraction, right, OCR extraction, it automatically
Mhm.
adds zeros and all sometimes.
Okay. Got it.
So
Got
that
it.
could be like, so you have
Mhm.
to figure it out. So this and all is like production, which you can explain in the interview. Member not found scenarios, file
Okay.
exchange, like you're not receiving the ACT file
Mhm.
back. You're going to, and also there is something called backlog management. Like you have like thousands
Okay.
of claims that needs to be sent,
Okay.
but the other system is
Mhm.
down. Like
Okay.
let's say like 8 system is down, they are unable to receive it. So that's a huge
Okay.
backlog in your system.
Yeah.
So that and all you can say, but like I don't want you to say too many things. For now, just take these two examples, and
Yeah.
maybe
Okay, ma'am.
going forward, I will tell you more
Mhm.
examples. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
ma'am. And one more thing is like when the OCR team extracts a keyword, they will be sending it they will extract it using the JSON or XML file. Ma'am, they'll extract the data and they'll be sending it in JSON or XML file to
XML,
the Pega
any
application,
correct?
right?
Either one, not both. Either
Yeah,
XML
yeah,
or
got it, got
JSON.
it. Yeah, yeah. And then Pega a case will be created, right?
Yeah. Once they send it, right? Once they send it means in the backend, Pega case will be created. Correct.
Yeah, and in Pega, like we will be like having forms, no, ma'am. You showed us, right? Like we have the member ID. What are the fields, right? How
Mm.
these XML file will get populated directly into the Pega system with the fields exactly the data
So
mapping I'm asking.
yeah, in the backend, right? So for example, let's say that
Mm-hmm.
if the complete form has to be mapped, okay, so we have something called as
Okay. Mm-hmm.
concept code configuration. Like for example, for this question, this is a concept code. For this particular option, this is a concept code, like that. So let's say that
Okay.
OCR team is sending a concept code, means that particular question will pop up in Pega platform.
Okay. Mhm.
Like this is like
But this data mapping should happen, no, ma'am.
yes,
Always.
yes, you will create that data mapping. Yes, correct. You have to
Oh.
create it. Yes. So you what you will do, you will
Okay.
configure. If it's in paper, let's say in paper you have 10 questions. For the 10 questions, you
Okay.
have to create that in Pega system. In the back end, every question will be like a particular concept code, unique one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
Got
when in
it.
paper, if they send that particular concept, let's say in paper they're sending a particular concept code, means that particular question here needs to pop up here in the UI,
Okay.
in the Pega
Mhm.
UI.
Okay. But
So
how about this JSON, the OCR team extracting and sending the JSON file? That will also get automatically mapped to the Pega application, right? Create a case.
So the XML file will have the concept codes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
So the XML file, for example, starting with question number 1, this is the concept code that will be in the XML file.
Oh, okay. Got it, ma'am.
So
Yeah.
that's how
I
you
just
map
thought
it.
they'll just extract and send it the
No, no,
details
no,
and
no.
all.
In the XML, like the question concept code 1, this is the option ID 1, 2, 3, member ID, like this, everything will be in XML form.
Okay.
So
Got
that
it.
will go to the Pega and it will get mapped and then that will populate in the Pega UI.
Okay.
So let's say
Okay,
that
ma'am.
one of the question is not answered. It will not be available there because that concept code is missing in the XML, right?
Yeah.
So it will not be in the Pega UI.
Okay.
It will be blank
So
there.
whatever things are there in XML, it will get populated in Pega.
Populated, correct. Mhm. That
Yeah.
mapping, if they ask you to do BA, you only should do that data mapping.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So data mapping, I was like a bit confused because I don't have an experience exactly, right? So
Mm,
I don't have an in-depth knowledge of this data mapping.
correct. When you are automating from paper to a case management or any like UI format, usually every single
Mm-hmm.
question will be like configured in the back as a concept code.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
If I tell this, that would be like enough sufficient, ma'am, or do I need to explain more?
If they ask you about how did you map and all, you can say that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
First of all, like explain in very high level. Okay, what's the data flow? You explain,
Okay.
and then you explain all the
Mm-hmm.
use cases and everything. But if they ask you if they're going very technically, then you can explain all this.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Usually
And
they
one more thing
themselves
is that
don't know this and all. That's
yes.
sometimes they also don't know
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah. But if the BA is also there in the interview, then it will be a problem, right? Like a lead BA or senior BA
Mm,
is in the call,
it
or
depends.
like
Yeah,
if
we
they are in
will
the
like.
interview.
I don't want to assume like. Let's hope that you get. I saw in the email you are doing all manifestation videos. My video.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that is, yeah, I just want to tell about that as well. After following the manifestation for the continuous 2 days, the first day I started and the second day also, I got dreams like I was like getting something, okay, like positive. I was getting
Mm,
an interview, I was getting an email one day. So this that is the last thing that we think, right? So our brain is constantly processing only that. The
mm,
rest of the part is like left, I guess.
correct.
So it is like really very good actually.
Oh, you
Your
got
videos
any?
after
So you, it's working for you, Manisha.
uh, yes, ma'am. I got a dream. Maybe future it is going to happen in true
But you
as well.
need to be consistent.
I
Okay, you need to be consistent is the
yeah, yeah.
key.
I'm doing it consistently. Yeah, whatever problem I have in the night, I make sure that I give that. I
Yes,
do.
yes.
I practice it affirmations and
Mm,
so water method you told, right? That
yeah,
also I do it in
that
the
is.
morning as well.
Yeah, yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah.
So because that will be very helpful. So I've seen people who get hired,
Mhm.
like they have very lucky interviews, right? Some people like they have nothing. Like the interview doesn't ask anything. Like the very
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
peasy interview and all. Like for that and all, you need to manifest.
yeah.
Mm,
Yes, ma'am. And we have to have the hope also, right? We shouldn't like the energy should be good, right? It should be like in a higher vibration.
correct.
And
Mm.
your energy is always high, I guess. I
I'm very
personally think
hyper.
that.
I'm very
Yeah,
hyper.
your energy is like too good in everything, and like in whether it is BA or in manifestation, it's like always
I'm
high.
always like, okay, I will get it no matter what. I'll get it. I'll achieve it.
Yeah.
So see, otherwise, like it's very hard, a very competitive world. If your energy is not very high, then you become easily
Yes, ma'am.
depressed, and it's very hard to come back to the flow.
Yeah.
So
True,
now
ma'am.
you learned everything. Now slowly your confidence is you're building the confidence. Now you're going to review the resume. You're going to apply. You're going to get job interviews. I don't want your confidence to be low at that point. I want
Yes,
you to
ma'am.
think
True.
like,
If
yes,
the
I am good.
confidence low, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you at that point, right, when you receive the first interview, I want you to be very, very
Yes, ma'am.
confident in like just attending that interview. I want you to be very confident. Like, yes, I can be the BA. This is the real
Yes,
opportunity.
ma'am.
This is real. I'm getting an interview. If I clear it, I'll get the job.
Yeah,
So that
that's what, ma'am.
mind shift, it
Now
has
I
to
like
happen.
tell whatever you have told, right? I am a BA. I am working for this company with so and so package, right? I tell that affirmation whenever I get time. Whenever
Mm,
I get time, in the sense, whenever I remember, I'll tell it just like
mm,
that.
mm.
So if we keep on telling that, it is like training your brain that already I'm a BA, right? So you
Correct.
will get the skills automatically.
Correct. Your brain will
If
be
I
like
don't believe
confused.
myself, yeah,
Your brain is like, oh, okay, maybe she's real BA.
yes,
See,
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
telling you, it takes unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary anxiety, unnecessary fear towards your career, right? So
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
it definitely
First
gives
of
you
all, if
positive
we
vibes.
don't trust, yeah, if we don't trust ourselves that I am a BA, when I don't have the trust, then how will I convince the other person, right, that I am a BA? So that's the point that I understood from all those videos.
Correct. If you don't believe, nobody is also going to like train you. That's one point. If
Yeah.
you don't take that step and train yourself, nobody is going to push you. Nobody is going to constantly motivate you. Nobody is going to be like, okay, Monisha, you have to become a BA. Like nobody is going to do that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the call got cut due to time limit.
Okay.
Okay, Monisha, do you have any other questions for me for today?
Ma'am, can you just send me if you have like any mapping document examples or something like that, so it'll be like easy for me to like at least have a glance of what exactly is happening.
Yeah, yeah, I have it. So I will send it. So I have to send you summary and mapping document, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I will send it after this call, right? I will send it.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yeah, so
Okay.
these were the major questions that I was having. And one more thing, ma'am, if I'm not 65 or I don't have a low income, I won't fall under Medicare or Medicaid, right? So in that case, how it'll be working? It'll be based on insurance.
So they have to take like commercial insurance
Okay,
on their
okay.
own.
Because I okay, we have
True.
only insurance base, so I was like a bit confused of what it is.
Yeah, let's say that you're not eligible, you're very healthy, even though you're 65, you're very healthy. So maybe you should be working or you should be rich enough to get an insurance, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So either
yeah.
you need to have a business or you're rich enough or you're having so much money that you can directly buy commercial insurance, or you'll be going for a
Yeah,
job and the job will give you insurance.
yeah. Okay, ma'am, got it.
If
But
none
here
of this
it
is
is like
there,
very versatile, ma'am.
if let's say that
Yeah.
you don't have money, then you come under Medicaid.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So there is nothing for our type of age groups, like right? Because we don't fall under Medicare or Medicaid, so we have to go for private. We have no other option, right?
You see,
So
our
that's
age,
the
no,
thing.
see, Medicaid means low income. Let's say that, for example, you and your husband are not working and there you are under poverty, you are eligible for
Okay.
Medicaid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
Correct,
one
correct.
of them
Yeah.
is working and their average income is above Medicaid income, means you're not eligible.
Yeah, got it, got it.
So you need to understand that difference.
Yeah.
If both of them are not working and their income is very low, according to that state
Yeah.
specific income, then you guys fall under Medicare, Medicaid.
But- Yeah.
So it's not about age group, it's about the income that our household is
Salary and
generating.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. So
Okay, so I think we are good for now. I'll send the documents right away. And after
okay.
you update your resume, right? Send the resume. And then maybe like next call, we'll have the mock-up interview.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Monisha.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.